Hi everyone, welcome to my show Alicia in Cryptoland. I'm your host Alicia. This series aims to introduce those early stage projects with original ideas. Today our guest is Dusky from Liqd. Hi Dusky, how is everything going?
Hey Alicia, yeah, everything's going super well here. Beautiful afternoon here in South Africa. So on a Sunday, everything nice and quiet. So looking forward to hop onto the show, and thank you for inviting me.
I'll be glad to have you there. So to start with, could you briefly introduce your project?
Yes, so Liqd is a peer-to-peer NFT lending and borrowing marketplace. So essentially the goal is to be able to facilitate lending and borrowing using NFTs as collateral. So that's the long and the short. There's multiple areas, and it kind of the need for this project arose out of seeing basically one of my colleagues and I, we're all part of a larger team, part of the Balance organization, and earlier in the year we were sitting and he's a data scientist, and he was trying to model how do you price NFTs. And then we were and wanted to make a product around that and utilize the treasury that we'd built up in order to lend and borrow. And then we realized, well, why not just have a peer-to-peer lending and borrowing marketplace where users can set their own terms, whatever they're happy with, the terms that they need the liquidity for, and borrowers are able to make really high APYs, just like a loan shark would in normal times, like short-term loans, nice and high APRs. It's paid out in the currency of your choice. So that's what's nice about Liqd is we will accept multiple currencies, and it allows you to get access to liquidity on your NFTs without having to sell them. So that's the main point, and that was where it came from.
Cool. So basically, it's a lending and borrowing platform, which use NFT as your collateral.
Exactly.
And could you tell us more about your team?
Yes. So I like I said earlier, I'm part of Balance organization. The Balance organization was formed earlier in the year as the business arm of our original project, Phantom DAO. So the Balance organization is a bunch of well-versed individuals in either finance, crypto as a whole, DeFi, or then we have, so it's either finance experts, business experts, we have data scientists, we have Silicon Valley team, or some of the members on our teams were part of Silicon Valley startup. So each member of our team is pretty much an expert in his field. And I was telling Alicia in our chat yesterday before this, it's very nice to be part of an organization in which I feel the dumbest, and I think it's a good place to be in. So yeah, that's more about our team. We're a uniquely positioned group of individuals in the space, but we all have aligned. We're all very different, but we all look at we all have a common goal, I guess.
Very cool. So basically, you are a DeFi team. So what makes you come up with the idea to get NFT into the DeFi market?
Yeah, so that's that was a crazy thing. So we were sitting at the beginning of the year, my colleague and I, we are lucky enough to be in the same area that we can meet up IRL, and we were chatting and just thinking, like, how can we tap into this? NFTs are going crazy at this stage. Ohm had kind of the whole fiasco happened there with Ohm collapsing, and then Time and all of the other Ohm forks going into shambles. And we were like, with the NFT and the crypto market in general was declining, but NFTs were going crazy. So we were like, how can we tap into this this market and build something in which and branch into something that's actually actively growing? Because I think whenever you're doing product development, the most important thing is the market that you're going into. So, you know, even if I make really bad hot dogs, if I'm selling hot dogs outside, or if I'm the only hot dog store and everybody's extremely hungry, I'm gonna make a ton of money. And I think the key for us was just to think of what the product market, or what the market was that we were looking to tap into, and we were trying to like bridge. We saw this NFT thing. Obviously it's quite interesting. I think the functionality behind NFTs is huge, and that's one of the visions we have with Liqd, is like eventually we'd love to be able to facilitate someone using their house as a collateral to get a loan, or even a letter of credit. So yeah, that's kind of where it came from. We were thinking, how can we tap into it? And then, like I said earlier, my colleague tried to build a model on just pricing NFTs, in which we would do the lending and borrowing ourselves, and to accurately price. And we realized, why not be truly DeFi and truly decentralized, and allow the users to set their terms. So they set the loan periods, they set the interest rates, they set the currency that they choose, and our platform, and they put their loan up, and then you can either accept the terms, or I can go in as a lender, and I can counter, and I can say, well, look, you want a 20% APR, I'm willing to pay, or I'm only willing to loan if you give me 25%. So here we go, put the counter offer in. Liqd will notify you to say, cool, you got a counter offer, and then you can accept the term. So that's kind of where it came from, and we're quite excited to step in and bridge in from DeFi and kind of create this marriage between the two, because NFTs had this problem of, you know, I could have this profile picture worth 100, 200, 300, up to $5 million. But what can you do with it? You know what I mean? The only way for you to unlock it, it offers all this utility, perceived access to these clubs, and it's really cool. And those memberships you don't want to give up. But if you need to actually gain or access some of the financial, or access some of the value, the market value that's given, you'd have to sell it and give up your access to these prestigious clubs or your exclusive groups. So by taking out a loan and using this NFT as collateral, it allows you to have the best of both worlds, where you can still keep hold of your NFT, but then be able to either make a play if you need to, or go and pay a bill that you need to pay off without having to sell your NFT. So it's just giving you a second option on something that's extremely valuable, and making something that was illiquid liquid, and hence the name as well.
Yeah, indeed. And also, I think it can protect your NFT communities, right? Because like in the exchange
Yes,
situation,
exactly.
yeah, and everybody gonna sell their NFT, and yeah, it caused a panic. Also, so
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. What oftentimes users would see is, let's say, for example, I held a high valued NFT, but now I need to pay house deposit on my house, or I don't know, something real life, something comes up, or I see, okay, cool, I want to make a short on Ethereum, or anything comes up. Now, previously, if there was crunch and I needed access to liquidity, I would have had to sell that NFT, which to sell it and get the money instantly, I would have to price it underneath the floor price, which damages the project as a whole, because now I've dropped the floor price of the project by selling, or potentially, and then people can kind of panic sell afterwards because they see it. But now Liqd offers you an opportunity to leverage this high valued NFT to be able to free up some more of your finances, and do with your money how you please. Put you a little bit more in control of your finances, in a sense.
yeah, that's great. And though I think the NFT lending is a very good direction, and is something that we really need and should be addressed. But seems like we already have some projects which are addressing on this issue. What do you think will be the key points which makes you different from the others?
Yeah, this is an interesting one because when we started with this, I don't think there were many others. But now in the last, I saw another one popped up yesterday, and I'm like, oh my word! But I love competition. But I think we have uniquely aligned ourselves. I don't think there's any project that's exactly similar to us in the sense that we allow the users to set their own terms. It's solely peer-to-peer, so you can take the loan for as long as you need, as long as you want. You set your interest rate, you set your collateral rate, which is unique. And then second to that, partnering up with another project which we're working on we're busy partnering. They also still busy finalizing, and we're looking to launch it around the same time, to utilize different mechanisms. I don't want to go too in detail on that, but initially offering users an estimated floor price based on artificial intelligence, so and some machine learning. So utilizing that on the platform to give people a suggestion on what the NFT's value could and would be based on all sorts of variables. I won't speak on that too much because that's not entirely our project, but we've started partnership with this team in order to incorporate that into our platform to truly set us apart and ultimately just empower the users to make informed decisions when they're either lending or borrowing. I as a guy with capital, this allows the users to see, cool, what's the market value, what does the AI perceive this to be, just so that you can minimize your risk or at least be aware of your risk, because if like all things in DeFi, prices fluctuate crazily, so you don't want to be giving out a loan and the price dropping 50% the next day. So ultimately we want to give our users as much information on the series, on the platform, on the series and on the project, in order for them to make informed decisions when they're loaning their money out.
Yeah, good to know that. Yeah, and it's not surprised when I heard you say this, because that is something that people from the DeFi team will say. I think the key success point of the whole DeFi is that it allows many of people to join in and allow them to get the benefit. So more people will come here. So it will be fair to open all information to all users and to give them the right. That's the key to address more users to join this platform and eventually make your project successful.
Yes, exactly, because most of the current projects, it's like they set the rates, they set the terms, so there's not much freedom in it. And I mean, ultimately DeFi is built, it's kind of this free wild west, so that's kind of where we try and set ourselves apart and ultimately put it back in the user's hands.
So speaking of DeFi, if you think about the core of most DeFi projects, they are very similar. I mean, the swap function, lend and the borrowing, staking, yet some are more successful than others. What do you think is the key point which makes the difference, and how would you apply on your project?
Yeah, so I think in DeFi, it's like the chase for liquidity. It's all based off, like, you put your money in here, you get an emissions token, and I'm going to give you as much APY from this emissions token as possible. As soon as it's kind of this, all the capital is mercenary capital. It moves around based on the highest APY, and whoever can maintain the highest APY for the longest is a project that succeeds. So, and also then, or either can figure out how to lock that capital too. That's another way, I must say. Some projects have done brilliant job with the NFTs, in the sense to kind of lock that capital up, and then they've done brilliantly as well, in the sense. So it's, I guess, offering lucrative rewards as well as then being able to lock the capital up in order to kind of stop this mercenary capital from moving around. So from Liqd, I think we kind of uniquely positioned in the sense that we don't have to offer any crazy rewards. We're offering the escrow service, I guess, between lenders and borrowers. So this is a straight up yield that you can earn either in Ethereum or in stable coins, wrap BTC, our native token, or our stablecoin USDB, or USDC or USDT, but you're actually earning your interest in the currency that you lend. So that's the beauty of it. It's not some emissions token printed out of thin air. You're actually earning, if you lend out 100 ETH, you could earn 101 after the period, and that's the beauty of Liqd, is the fact that there's no funny emissions token printed with some crazy high APY. It's legitimate. You're getting the money in the currency that you paid for. So you're earning either Ethereum or Bitcoin or wrap Bitcoin or DAI or USDC. And I think that potentially could be where the mercenary capital may not shift around, because now at least they're getting consistent yields and not having to just sell it off as soon as they earn it.
Okay, yeah, great. I think it's a better choice. Before, there's really a way to address to this issue, like the emission coins, they always drop later. It's better just use the stable coin as if you want.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so I know your project is at a very early stage, actually, and your product has not been launched yet. But yeah, that's the point of this show. It's like super early stage project. But is there anything you can maybe share with us at this moment, your alpha product, and if the communities would like to contribute as an early contributor, is there anything they can participate?
Yeah, there is indeed. We currently, you guys can apply. We put out a tweet on Twitter the other day, actually saying, cool, we're getting ready to load up some wallets for guys to actually try it on the testnet. The platform is fully functional on the testnet. You can lend and borrow, but we're just cleaning up some small little UI issues, and then we're looking to launch. So I guess if you want to get involved, reach out on Twitter, reply to that tweet, and then let us know there if you'd like to partake. And then as soon as we're ready for that, we'll give out the links, and we'll give out some testnet currencies, and you guys can go ham, just to make sure everything works. And then once we're live, I gave quite a little bit of alpha there on the fact that we'll be using some artificial intelligence. So that's probably about all I can say for now. Yeah. But for the participation, get in touch, join our Discord, reach out there, and then we'll keep you guys updated as we go. But we're looking to launch in July.
Okay, great to know. And for the audience who would like to join the alpha test, I will put all the links in the description. Keep an eye on it. Remember to follow so you can get the information as soon as possible. So basically, I think that's all for today. Thank you very much, Dusky, for joining us. Looking forward to join your alpha test soon. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you so much, Alicia, for having me. Yeah, and we'll keep in touch, and looking forward to launch. We've been working on this for, I don't know, almost 6 months now, so we'll be happy to be done. And finally live.
Okay, great.
Cheers. Have a good one, everyone.